I know this is going to sound very different from what you're used to hearing from me. Let's talk medical procedures for a moment. There's obviously technology that has not been used at all when it comes to the life of the baby. Okay, so let's use the scenario for a moment. The mother doesn't want to continue with the pregnancy. So instead of an abortion, they have most likely could and would be able to create technology that would keep that baby alive and be able to maybe get a surrogate mother to continue with the pregnancy. Now, it would be experimental, but it would prevent the abortion, one, and because the science is there and the technology is available, that babies' lives would be saved. And because there are surrogates and it could be easily done with prayer and the excellent medical care that is provided for neurosurgery or neonatal. It's always been my hope that I would ever go to college and I graduate or go into medicine and create a care for the unborn. And that would be obviously the abortion would not be allowed to be performed unless there are several doctors asking questions about the care of the unborn. The problem that we have always ran into is that the women that don't want to be mothers, okay? So that agreement means that that baby's life is saved. That mother would not be able to continue with the pregnancy, of course, because she's trying to end her pregnancy. It would offer her kind of immunity in a way instead of having to go and end the life of her baby. But it's not her baby anymore. I mean, once a decision like this, it becomes a decision between doctors, nurses, and the neonatal unit. So I was just sitting here thinking about what can we do medically with the technology that's available to save that life of that unborn child. And there are several ways to go about it. First of all, the gestation period has to be during the early stages of development. And we have to find out more about the surrogate mother that is going to be, because they do this in vitro fertilization. They fertilize the baby, and that mother has a time period to make a decision to basically what it would be is an in vitro fertilization type of scenario. And we would have the surrogate mother prepared for that procedure. And then we proceed. Because we know that abortion is not going away. Not at least to the degree that we see it right now. We do know that to end abortion, though, is to find out a way to resolve something that is so significant. Other than what you see in the hospitals and in everything that's going on that's created to end the life of a baby is all political. It comes from a governing agency, because we're just going to go there for a moment. They don't need to fund it. Government doesn't need to fund these things, but they do. So why is government involved in funding Planned Parenthood, the ending of the lives of children? Knowing the history, and we don't have to get into history right this moment, just let's touch on it for 1 second. Margaret Sanger had a method to euthanize the black community, and that's abortion. So that was the method behind it, and that's how popular abortion was. The one other area that would be significant is adoption and orphan programs that have been closed. Reopening up orphan programs, reopening programs, funding it. That's where the funds belong, okay? Not funding Planned Parenthood, funding the programs that keep families together. I made all this up just to put together this idea that the technology is there to use in vitro fertilization as a form to save the baby's life. And we have medical professionals that are highly skilled, highly trained to save the life of the unborn. And with the new laws that in the executive order that President Trump has put forward, we can do that now. And I'm excited about what the future holds for the unborn child. That unborn child has not only a right to life, but has a destiny, a purpose, a plan. So it takes the birth mother out of the picture and puts the life back. That baby's life is saved. In vitro fertilization, implanting the baby in the surrogate, and saving the life of the baby. And the surrogate is the one that is going to help us better find out how the baby develops from there. I know it's an experimental treatment and care, but this is something that has to be done. It has to be done because, number one, it's an executive order to save the lives of babies. And number two, we have the best medical facilities to facilitate it. We have great doctors and great nurses that haven't been able to do their job because of politics. If you get politics out of the hospital and you get the politics out of it, that was the whole thing with Affordable Care and all the vaccinations, all this stuff that's been going on for all these years, is to have a state-of-the-art hospital be able to provide incredible medical care for that surrogate and for that infant that is being saved. Thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to my Babies Lives Matter blogs page. That's really all we do from here. We talk about news and politics, but really it comes down to Babies Lives Matter and serving the Lord. So that's my blog. I hope you get to maybe entertain the thought about what that would look like. A future medical facility that would facilitate saving unborn lives. Thank you.